Hey guys, how's it going? This week I have been driving the Hyundai Santa Fe Ultimate 2-liter turbo all-wheel drive. This is the top spec Santa Fe. It's loaded with all sorts of features and things to do. And it's been an interesting car. I've come up a little bit underwhelmed, but I think it's a nice daily driver. It's decent looking. It's decently equipped. It's a little bit expensive. It's not very fuel efficient, and I'm not entirely sure the turbocharged engine is quite worth the premium. But let's get into all of that. Let's take a walk around the car here, and we'll show you guys around. First of all, I do like the looks of this SUV. It's pretty nice. This has the 19-inch wheels, which are a little bit bigger. It's just a nice, pleasing design. It's a good size. It's not too big. You've got a good amount of storage in the back. Power lift tailgate. We have a couple storage options in the trunk here. Tire, jack, all that good stuff. Place to hide some things back here as well. The rear seats fold down really easily. You just pull this lever down here and everything comes down. They don't quite fold completely flat. There's a little bit of a gap in there, but then of course you can adjust how much you want the rear seats to lean back with this lever as well. You have some seat heaters right here, as well as a sunshade for a little bit of extra rear seat privacy. Legroom is great. Visibility is great from back here. This is a very comfortable place to be. You've got a nice little armrest with the cup holders right here. And overall, I feel like I have a lot of room. It's not claustrophobic or cramped back here at all. You can have a nice little vent to aim some air at yourself. Infinity sound system sounds nice. Yeah, let's take it for a drive. Show you guys what it feels and sounds like. I will say it was very easy to get used to this car. The ergonomics, everything falls to place very intuitively. The infotainment is nice and responsive, which is pretty typical of Hyundais and Kias these days. You have all sorts of features like a heated steering wheel, which is really nice in the winter, lane keep assist, radar guided cruise control, blind spot monitoring, heated and cooled seats so that you can't do them at the same time, like Hyundais of old, which is a little bit of a disappointment for me, but that's okay. And, just generally lots of good stuff. I like the backup camera in this. You have a 360 above view, as well as a nice high-res reverse camera. It'll even show you what's ahead of you with a front-facing camera. So this 2-liter turbo engine has 240 horsepower, 260 pound-feet of torque, but it doesn't quite feel like it. It's a little bit asthmatic, it's a little bit slow to respond, and it never quite comes on power how you expect it would. It pulls decently, and there's definitely ample power, but that's about all I would say, is that it's just ample, it's just adequate. It's not going to knock your socks off. And I was expecting just a little bit more. And because of that, I would say that there might even just be a better buy to get the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine and save a little bit of money and not even swing for the turbo. I think this isn't a particularly economical engine either. This week the readout has been telling me I've been averaging around 20 miles to the gallon. I haven't been driving it easy, but at the same time, not very fuel efficient. I'm sure the all-wheel drive system saps a little bit of economy and power up as well. That said, this car is very sure-footed. It rides nicely. The handling isn't incredibly inspiring or anything. It does the job. There's a little bit of body roll, a little bit of sidewall rollover. But that said, this is a very comfortable and livable car for the daily commute, the daily duty. There just isn't anything very sporty about it, as the name would suggest. If you are looking for something that's just a little bit sportier, I would recommend the Kia Sportage. Just a little bit more power and a little bit lighter, maybe. It's just a much peppier package. I drove one a couple years ago. Was really quite impressed with how it performed. Pretty quiet on the highway. No problem merging. We have a decent amount of pull, up to 5,000 RPM. The transmission isn't terribly responsive, but it does the job. It does what you ask of it. Overall, though, the engine just feels a little bit weak when compared to the weight of the car. And everything else, all the controls, all the inputs are a little bit light. The steering is light. Your turn signals are light. I will say visibility is really nice from the sides and from the front. The blind spot mirror system works quite well, and the radar guided cruise control is just okay. It's not the worst, but it's not the best system that I've tried. It kind of falls a little bit in the middle. I do feel it wanting to brake a little bit more than I would like. It's not quite as smooth in traffic as I would prefer, but it does the job. I have been using it on a somewhat regular basis. Overall, it's pretty quiet in here. Not a lot of road noise, a little bit of wind noise on the highway. The engine isn't particularly inspiring to listen to either, but that's kind of the way things go with 2-liter 4-cylinders these days. Look at these roads. This is a disaster. In mid-throttle, there's a little bit of hunting around for gears. There just isn't quite enough torque, or maybe there's just a little bit too much turbo lag to really pull the car out of a corner or a low-speed driving situation at mid-throttle. So it does have to downshift a little bit, and that'll contribute to just a little bit of lag with the engine transmission. Once you get into it, though, it pulls pretty decently. It's just not gonna, it's not super quick. It's not gonna really be impressive from a performance standpoint. So anyway, guys, I don't really have a whole lot of knowledge to drop on you guys with this car. I think this does the job for a daily commuter. It does the job for a daily driver. Doesn't do anything exceptionally well, but it doesn't really do anything poorly either. I don't have a ton of complaints or praises for this Santa Fe. For me, it's always kind of flown a little bit under the radar. I don't think it looks bad, but if you have any questions in the comments, let me know. I'll do my best to reply. But until then, I think I'll wrap up the video here, and we'll duck into this parking structure. You guys can see what the gauge and instrument cluster look like in a darker situation. And I think I'll probably avoid a night drive on this one for that reason. You can see the infotainment go to a night dark mode. I do like all the blue around here. You have a lot of nice adjustability with brightness. So there you go, guys. Hyundai Santa Fe, 2-liter turbo, all-wheel drive, ultimate. Let's finish up this video by backing into this parking space. As you can see, nice bright headlamps there. I do like this reverse camera. the above 360 view is very useful. So do a little bit of a 3-point turn. You do get a forward-facing camera, which is nice. There we go. I can see exactly where I am. Cool. That wraps up that video. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in another one. Take care.